Hey tribe, and welcome to Bobo-Nesha Ancestral Territory. Clutch our pearls and keep it moving. I'm hoping that the light stays this color because today's reading is going to be a spooky one. Alright, so this is just going to be a taste of what October is going to be like because I'm so excited. This year, guys, for October, I want it to be creepy reads. I know, I don't know why, but I've been feeling really drawn to doing just creepy spiritual readings. I don't know, this is gonna be so exciting. So, I mean, I probably shouldn't get so excited about that, but woo, I want it. Okay, so today's reading is gonna be on the Salem witch trials. Um, we're gonna look into that, what it was like during that time. Will there ever be another Salem witch trial? And see if we can get any spirits to come and just explain themselves to us, like like what happened, what really happened. And this is like, I got chills. I'm so excited. Okay, all right. Seriously, let's get serious, guys. Anyways, so let's just see. What was it like for the Salem witch trials? Ancestors, please protect me from this energy. I don't want nothing to stay behind. I just want to get the messages out and I want to have just a little bit of fun. Okay, please protect me from any negative energy from this reading and protect my viewers as well. Let us just get some entertainment. Ooh, I feel it. Like the Salem witch trials has a lot of like, ooh, the energy is thick and heavy, baby. The energy of the Salem witch trials is thick and heavy. All right. So yes, in October, guys, I want you, if you are interested in this reading, I want you to hit me with the best reading that you can think of that's creepy, but not like Jeffrey Dahmer creepy. I'm not down with. I don't want to know about that energy. I don't want to know about that kind of energy, but like some creepy, interesting type readings, anything you ever heard of. Let's talk about it. Like Annabelle. Ugh, I think I want to do one on Annabelle. But I'm talking about like that fun, Lionona, like that kind of energy. Ooh, I don't know. I gotta pray on that. I gotta pray on the Lionona one because that one. Ooh, the stories I heard, girl. No, I don't know. But anyway, let's see. The Salem witch trials. The energy behind it was very much bare. We got naked here, so it was very much like if you were even a little bit in tune with your spirituality, they were coming for you. Woo! The chills. So people like me, people like you, we were the ones that were attacked. If you even had a hint of true spirituality and like you were actually open to it, you were attacked. Anything, like if you were just like in tune with yourself, if you gave like advice that sounded like it wasn't a human speaking and it was like an extra terrestrial type of person, you were under attack. They were attacking anyone that was truly spiritual. If they felt a vibe, they would attack you because they were so scared. Now my question, why? Why do they do it? I want you to bear it all. Why did they do it? And the energy is heavy. Oh my god. The energy is so heavy. It's just so crazy. So crazy and beautiful. Oh my god. Ooh. The wrong people were accused. The fear, it was like a fear and a control tactic. Believe it or not, the wrong people were accused. The good witches were being accused of evil. The ones that were able to manifest, they were being accused. But the ones that were actually doing, they were not. So it started off with like these people were able to get what they wanted in life. They were able to obtain certain things. They were like, a thought was something strong. And that's why like a lot of people they would like snitch each other out, right? As being with or snitch themselves out of being witches because they would have like a bad thought on someone or they'd like prey on it or like this person did this to me, so I'm gonna wish this on them. But it's truly that person that I'm sorry. It was truly the person that was wishing, like not the person that was wishing, but the attacker, The ones that were accusing the other were the ones that were actually doing the true witchcraft. Ooh, a very dark time. But the people that were able to catch on to it were the ones looking like the bad ones. And it was done all on purpose. Oh my gosh. Ooh, if they seen that someone was able to obtain certain things, like your life looked too good, you were the one that was going to get attacked. Dang. Ooh, 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 ooh. Because no one's life should be that great. And if your life is that great, it's because you're doing witchcraft. That's how they viewed it at that time. Everyone, like, at that time, the energy that I'm picking up right now is everyone was supposed to be, like, the same. No one was supposed to be better than anybody else. No one was supposed to be lesser than anybody else. Well, it's okay for them to be lesser, but it was never okay for everyone to be, like, everyone's succeeding. Like, you know how we're succeeding now? And, like, people will reach certain heights. That stuff didn't happen. Like, the people that were in power were the ones that were okay to be in power, but those were the people that were practicing most of the witchcraft at the time. Crazy. The ones that were manifesting, the ones that were getting things done, the ones of power, the ones that knew how to communicate, the narcissists. They were the ones that were growing in power. And the ones that were like normal, I just want to get better. When they would start to get better, it'd be like, how is she getting better? It's witchcraft. She did it. She did that. She did this. She's the reason why things happen. But then a lot of the time, what happened, where it got really mixed up and stuff, is that people were now using man to kill their enemy, blaming them for witchcraft, even though they were never participating in it, and able to convince people that they were doing it. And a lot of times, they were dibbling in darkness to make it seem like their enemy was a witch. Wow. So it wasn't even witches that were dying. It was just regular people. That is so, that is crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, now we're going to ask another question. Will this Salem witch trial type of situation ever occur again? I heard yes, because too many people are becoming powerful. And it's the people at the bottom that are becoming powerful. So the people that were at the top are going to come to the bottom. This is what I'm hearing. The people that were at the top are going to come to the bottom. And that's going to affect a majority of people. And they're going to try to claim witchcraft. Ooh. So people who are in tune with themselves will be under attack. People who are in tune with God, source, the universe are going to be attacked. Because see, if you notice, look, we got evil man, scary man in reverse. If you notice, a lot of people that are waking up spiritually are starting to be able to call out the evils of the world. But now, and this is crazy because I seen a post online where this lady's like, I'm so tired of people saying that, I'm so tired of people talking about, what was it, destiny swapping. Destiny swapping, like, maybe you're the problem. Like, it's okay to accept your fails. But that's because people want you to believe that. Because those same people are the ones wishing for your failure. But if you're not failing because you know who you are, and you're learning all about yourself spiritually and physically, how are you ever going to be beneath them enough to get what they want and to switch destinies with you if you're aware? So right now we're getting to a point where people are waking up too quickly, too fast, and there's going to be a time where people are going to be like, nah, we're done with this. Like, this is not okay. There's something off. I claim witchcraft. And, it's all like levels to this. And there's going to be a time where they're going to be like, witch, witch, witch. But you're not even a witch. You're somebody wanting to heal the world, but people are not going to like it. And when the people at the top start going to the bottom, that's when they're going to start claiming witchcraft. But truly, the people at the top that will be at the bottom will be the ones doing the witchcraft. You're just trying to better your family lineage. You're just more in tune with source, spirit, the divine, but they're not going to like it. So yes, I do feel like history will repeat itself in this same way. And I feel like it's repeated itself multiple times. Now the last one we got, baby. The last one we got is, whoo, you ready for the creepiness? Oh, okay. This is the part where I say protect my listeners and protect me. Do you have, can you bring any spirits to come through and say something about that time? Oh, okay. Wedding, happy family, and self-esteem. I'm feeling somebody coming through that had a happy family and they ruined it. Like, it's sad. This person wasn't very in tune with themselves or intuitive at all. But like, it's like a happy, like, people were manifesting in teams. This is the energy I'm picking up. Like, people would manifest in teams to make sure that nothing would happen to them because everyone was vulnerable to these types of attacks. Even if it was like something that's passed down from generation to generation where you're able to manifest easy, you were under attack. Even if you didn't even know you were intuitive, you were under attack. And the happier you were, the more you were attacked because no, okay, I hear Kanye West. No one man should have all this power. So like, the more relaxed you were, and the more you would speak truth of like, it's all gonna work out. Everything's gonna be okay. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you have this happy family. You're able to manifest. You're doing good with your life. You're actually happy. You actually believe in God. But like, God, source, energy, they would come against you and call you a witch. How are you able to get all of this stuff? How are you able to manifest? Like, how are you getting all of these things if you're not doing witchcraft? So what they would do, first of all, they would come at you and instigate. And if you would not fight back, you became the problem. It was you. You're the one that's doing everything. It's you. It's you. You're the problem. So I'm feeling like an energy of like, I feel like crowds of people, like a crowd of spirits just coming around me, just like, this is what happened to me, this is what happened to me, this is what happened to me, this is what happened to me. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just minding my business. But people were starting to pay attention to other people in their homes. And there's a lot of angry spirits around the Salem witch trials. And I do feel like the area of Salem is haunted. And I feel like it still happens over there. And it's not that there were like specifically witches over there. I just feel like people would mirror how they felt about themselves onto others and they use it against them. And then all of a sudden they would just be like, she's a witch, she's a witch, she's a witch, she's getting in my head. I feel like this, I feel like that. And a lot of people, like, it was just all because they were wanting to understand what was happening, why this person was able to receive more than others. So they thought it was evil. And it was really because the people were actually receiving money, wealth, health. Like, how are you doing that? If I'm wishing, so like, okay, I'm hearing like, if I'm wishing you lose everything, but you're not losing anything, you're a witch. Because how are you able to fight against this attack that I'm sending you? Which doesn't make sense, but this happens even today. So they would claim them as a witch, and it would be people that are very envious and jealous and good at convincing people that they're normal, but they're really not normal. They're actually the witch themselves. They would convince people that these are the evil ones, the wicked ones, because they wanted their lives to fall apart. They didn't want them to have the jobs. They didn't want them. They didn't want anything. They wanted their lives to fall apart. They wanted them to lose everything. And there's a lot of spirits here right now talking. They didn't like that these people believed in themselves. They didn't like that their hard work was paying off. They did not like that they had self-love, strength, wisdom, and they were mature and they were able to heal people through the blessings that they were given. See, people at that time did not want to accept God for God. God existed, but it was very mythical, if that makes any sense. People who really believe in God realize that God will actually make things come true for you. People that are fake believers in God will convince you of God, of the God they serve. They will make God human. They will make God have human attributes. We do not have, like, God does not have human attributes. Humans have godly attributes or devil-like tendencies, right? But you can only have God-like attributes if you truly believe in God. And some people are more in tune with God than others. And that's what happened at that time. The people that were truly in tune with God, source, they were demonized by the greedy people that could not attain that kind of power. And they could not attain that kind of power because they were not in tune with God. So what they would do is they would sit in circles, not realizing that they were acting like witches. They would sit in circles, they would gossip, cause self-doubt with other people, unfair blame on other people. They were all a whole bunch of dark spirits that had a lot of sadness. They were all sociopathic, ungrounded, and wicked. They would self-sabotage. They had a lot of wow, a lot of destruction and trauma and sadness all around their energy. And so what they would do is they would look at these people, and this is so crazy how these messages are just coming out like this. They would look at these people that were actually making it and how they were trying to make them fail and make them losers, and seeing them move forward, that they started doing witchcraft to them. And when the witchcraft was not working, they started using witchcraft and increasing the witchcraft, which this happens today, increasing the witchcraft, increasing it by gossiping, talking crap, doing all this stuff, wishing evil, then using man to do things, physically harm them, and just cause a whole bunch of stuff on them until they were faced with a crossroads. And then the person would have to take themselves out, or like they had to take themselves out, or they made sure that there was no way that you wouldn't be able to. And only those who truly believed in source energy would see the truth. The universe has a plan for us. Trust us. This is all happening for a reason. Be calm, quiet, disappear, run, leave from this area. um the ones that didn't run and leave, they would like be treated with a lot of fake, unreal hatred from all the people in their town, feeling like they were crazy because those people did not want them to have their freedom. Okay, so what they would do is they would really work on them so hard to the point that they could not leave no matter what. And so these people that were falsely accused, yeah, they did start to dibble in more darker arts. They did start to actually, like, they went from I trust in God to now I'm trusting in God, but I'm now using herbs or I'm using other things because these people are falsely accusing me of doing something I never did. How do I protect myself? And when they started to protect themselves, that's when it started looking like, oh yeah, she's definitely a witch. I've seen this. I've seen that in her home. I've seen this in his home. And now families are being pulled apart, killed. And now because you came from this lineage, they know that you have that kind of strength and power inside of you. They would go and attack you as well. This is crazy. Wow. Oh my God. This reading is beautiful, honestly. And I can't wait to hear it back because, like, when my ancestors speak through me, when the messages come through, I don't remember anything I say. So I can't wait to watch this back. But, like, literally, people were falsely accused, and then they had no other choice but to actually dibble, not in dark arts, but in like arts of like protection, protecting themselves. Like, anytime you go outside, you have to do this because they might think something of you, because they watch our family, because we had one person who was very in tune and open with it, and now we're a threat. There's a lot of evil eye on this family. We have to do something to protect us because if they see that there's something about us that shines, they might kill us. So they would do extra stuff to try to make sure that the eyes wouldn't be on them. But no matter what they would do, the eyes would be on them because they had a calling from God. And when you had that God calling, these people would demonize you. And so the verses were returned. It wasn't really witches, because witches, the term witches, usually comes from the dark, right? Dark witch. A witch is more of a earthly person. Like, you can consider, I would never consider myself a witch or nothing. I say that, like, a witch is someone that likes to take credit for what they do. That's how I feel. Now you can feel the way that you feel, but that's how I feel. A witch is someone who takes credit for themselves for everything that they do. You don't have to be a dark witch to do that. You don't have to be like, you could be a light witch. You could still take credit for everything that's happening to you. That's a witch. I feel like if you're in tune with the divine, you're not going to take that credit because you know where that power is coming from. Everything that you do, if you're guided, if God guides you to do this or do that, it's not you doing it. It's God doing it for you. You're not doing anything. You pray. When you pray to God, are you going to call yourself a witch if God makes it come true? No, because your energy is coming straight from the divine, right? But like, if you're sick, you take medicine, right, to get better. Are you going to take credit for getting better? Or are you going to be like, well, that medication really helped me a lot, so I could feel better, right? It's the same thing with God. If you're a witch, you're going to say, oh, I can fix you. I can heal you. I can do this for you. But if you're getting your powers from God, source, energy, whatever, you're not going to ever take that credit. Like for me, I don't ever take credit for anything that I do. I don't take credit for nothing, none of the guidance that I get. Everything that I get, I feel like it comes from my ancestors, from God. God gives my ancestors the message, and they give it to me, and I know what I need to do to make sure that I'm okay. So that is what I gotta say. I don't know. Some people are more in tune with themselves than others, and not everybody's gonna understand that because there's a lot of witches that we live around, and people like to take credit for things. You can't take credit for what doesn't belong to you. Energy was never yours to begin with. You may borrow the energy. You may be able to manipulate it in a way that works for you or against you, because ultimately, if you're working in the dark, it's going to work against you eventually. It may not be today, but eventually all your darkness will catch up to you. You'll meet that one person that comes after you. You're never going to be okay. You know, you're gonna go through stuff. You do the darkness because the energy, it just flows like that. But I don't take credit for myself. I take credit. I give the credit back to where it's due. Because everything is outside of me. It's not inside of me. Like it's inside of me, right? It's inside of me, but because of what created me, that's why it's inside of me. And that's how we need to look at this. And this was such a beautiful reading. It wasn't as creepy as I thought it was going to be. Believe it or not, my ancestors found a way to say it um, in a non-creepy way, but a very interesting way. I really thought it was going to be very creepy. But yeah, I can't wait till October because I really want to do an Annabelle read. I really do. Okay, so we're going to end it right there, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I will catch you guys on our collective reading on Saturday. All right, bye.